Continue, man. They're all brought to you by AT&T 5G.
He's not playing at a level of all-star caliber, and that's going to be something we want to keep an eye on as this game moves forward.
Smart play, finding a Antetokounmpo with Gary Clark early.
Typically, Giannis is with the ball, driving to the paint. This time he's ahead of the defense, and Bledsoe sees him, gets it up.
Short shot clock, only 7 for Giannis and Bledsoe as they clear it out. And they stay with a double. That means Wesley Matthews has to take it and called glass. You love it.
Wow, yeah.
Come on.
And this is one of those where it leaves your hands. You're not feeling real good about it, but he gets rewarded. Oh, acting like he planned it.
Yes.
Be able to get a field goal attempt where they didn't have a hand in their face.
Antetokounmpo helped defensively, but it frees up the perimeter, and Lopez gets it. Lopez was way down this year from beyond the arc, in fact, and he created the contact, they said. As Bledsoe, the lob for Giannis.
I'll tell you
He
what.
had Matthews as a decoy on one side, Giannis floating down the lane.
But he did to get that lob up, and when you got a guy like Giannis, you just got to get it up anywhere near the basket.
Break. Good coverage inside, but a breakdown. And now a great look. Corner three, Marvin Williams. He's made a career in that spot.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that was a great defensive. You got to come right back. But the fact that they're able to maintain or either increase the lead is part of it. And there you see there, knocking down that triple.
The veteran Ersan Ilyasova, the third game as well. Didn't force a thing. And he's got his first look. Too easy. How does the ball come in at this level towards the rim?
Oh, it's good excellent win in the first quarter, because you want to keep it close to keep your confidence, and there's a breakdown there.
Too easy out high.
Yeah. Well, you know what? The advantage you had, Korver and DiVincenzo.
Augustine's off, and that'll do it, as Antetokounmpo will let the horn sound before he puts up the percentage buster. So they go to the break, and the Bucks heavily favored to say the least right now, as Milwaukee is shooting just 32%. Lopez, wrong guy to leave. He's picked it up in the bubble. In the restart, he looked better from three, and he's ulted.
Yeah, but that's just too much. You talk about Lopez's rim protection. He's out there with Giannis as well. Boy, that makes that rim look really small as George Hill delivers there with the transition triple.
Back to so Antetokounmpo started the game 3 for 6. He's now 3 for 8. Not settling this time, and gets all the way to the cup.
And that's an example there where that wall's not built in part because
runner.
And you see it here. You've got, if you're Kim Birch, you've got to get 2 feet in the paint and make that pass. And athletic.
Middleton with a stiff arm on Fournier. Little 5-on-4 action. Lopez banks it home. That's a tough move for a big guy.
That was almost taking us back to when they're engaged. They are a problem. And they're, again, unable to stop that dribble penetration from Bledsoe. Just if you get him going now, all of a sudden things get a little easier in the half court.
He's filling up the box with 5 and 5. 4 assists as well for Nick. The challenge 3, Middleton. And that's big for Chris Middleton.
And that's big for Milwaukee.
He's been in Australia, Puerto Rico, finally the NBA, with stints all over the league before landing in Orlando. They love his energy, his effort. Joel G.A., his family at one point in his childhood lived in a 1-bedroom extended stay hotel.
Into the paint, and he has missed everything from the outside so far. Well, Bledsoe caught in the air and found a good source.
Well, I tell you, he's doing a great job, Bledsoe, of attacking.
Switch. Plenty of time of the shot clock. Corner 3, Marvin Williams. Boy, how long did he do that in Charlotte?
Yeah, long
and Atlanta
time.
before that. There's 24 minutes. Mid-range game, Eric Bledsoe. Boy, a lot of people forget he was a Clippers draft choice way back when, late in the first round. And now an easy takeaway for Lopez with Bledsoe. Nifty move behind his back and all the way to the rack. Points off the takeaway and a timeout for Steve Clifford in Orlando.
Opportunities if you make a great read, and there he did, getting Clark in transition.
Giannis.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the finger roll. It's nice when you have length like that. A little step through.
I mean,
good challenge, Brook Lopez.
Yeah, and Vooch put his hand up saying my fault, because that was not a good decision on his part.
Giannis got there. He splits it, even though there were 2 in the paint waiting.
Well, you know,
the foul looked like textbook box out.
No, watch where Evan is. If he take a step up, you see how he was a little reluctant to put his body
sideways.
in front. And listen, I'm not.
Has changed for those 2 shooters. Adetokounmpo and the extra pass. Wesley Matthews gets the triple.
Tell you what, that was a terrific job there by Matthews. He was dealing with the pressure and not being sped up.
Deep one for Matthews. Yes! With 7/10 of a second to play. That's a hard
perspective. They are on pace, guys.
Thank you, Rebecca. And it wasn't a turnover, but it was just the same as it turns into a wide open three for Wesley Matthews as Fultz got trapped.
Well, in transition, that feeds right into the hands of this Magic team.
Now, Chris Middleton, just one bucket like Fournier, but a great entry. As Giannis slipped the screen, Middleton found him, and they have been really showing
his playmaking ability. He just holds it for that one count and then able to deliver that in stride, and you can see there no weak side help coming over for them.
That's at 6:30 on TNT. And the Blazers and the Lakers later tonight. Will they keep Messi? Giannis hammers it.
And
little Euro action and then some talk on the way.
And that's the uniqueness, that momentum play by Giannis to get all the way to the rim.
And
they're going to get a
hop, skip, and a jump.
Yeah, the bunny hop, then the 2 steps.
There's no landing pit here.
And you can see that play there. That is just, there's not a lot you can do when you get to the launching pad.
Yeah, that's the key. They expended a lot to get him. The block on Middleton. Giannis gets it, a perfect pass for Connaughton. And a lead once again for Milwaukee after Orlando had their first lead since early in
the report by Rebecca was really kind of spot on when it comes to him. There's a breakdown defensively, and George Hill with the great recognition.
Free throws, a takeaway on the turnover, and DiVincenzo. Boy, this is a big trip coming up for Orlando now. So a break for Milwaukee, and look out, Adetokounmpo.
And that's that live ball turnover there by the man.
It's into the third quarter. Korver, good guy to look and find.
You talked about that second turnover. They scored off.
Adetokounmpo at 20 points, 10 boards, and 6 assists already. George Hill with Ilyasova's mid-range game, like a layup. However, a much smaller man, too.
To knock that one down.
And now a takeaway by George Hill. Well, they burn him. Connaughton. And at the buzzer, it is Korver.
And they're different combinations of high pick and rolls. That's what's hurting us.
You cleaned up your turnovers a little bit. Markelle Fultz was great.
And will they be able to keep this guy out of the paint? Nope. He's only got one bucket outside of the paint. It was the three-pointer at the end of the third. With 7 assists, triple-double territory already. Came in averaging 31 and 16. And there's Chris Middleton. That is huge for down the road.
And that's another triple there.
Time for our play of the game, all brought to you by Snickers. Huge triple. He needed it, confidence-wise, down the road purposes.
They are going to need that young man to elevate him.
George Hill will bring it in. Middleton, that's his spot. He got his long-term contract because he is great from 6.
That danger zone for the Magic.
Yeah, Fournier needed that as well for Orlando. Giannis in the paint. And Adetokounmpo's up.
Yeah.
13-point game. And Middleton goes to the line looking to complete a 4-point play. Boy, that would be a bonus. You not only get a win, but you get Middleton back.
Well, if you look mid-range, a couple threes, and that's all a great shooter needs, just to see the ball go through the basket. And Steve Clifford sensing potentially the ace and allowed Lopez to gather there and come up with the block.
They're now 1 of 6 in the third quarter with a couple of turnovers. Middleton over the smaller Fultz. Yes! Chris Middleton alive and well in the fourth quarter.
Like an all-star, showing some confidence, and you can see there they get tangled up down below. Giannis and D.J. Augustine along with Vooch there. I think the feet got tangled, and here really is the game. If you're the Magic, can you string together some stops? And it doesn't look like it the way Chris Middleton's got it going here.
Tried to get the switch. Fournier got back. Oh, but it's still a big guard. And the touch is back for Chris Middleton.
And that's what the great.
He can have something to say. Mid-range. Giannis just inside the three-point line. So a little more than 4 to put away after the block by Giannis. No, got it going up. Pretty close.
I thought that was pretty close. It's not going up much from great look in transition and then a breakdown.
Total breakdown. Nobody, even in the area code of Kyle Korver at that time.
Nothing to take into account for his athleticism. He is just so freakishly talented and competes so incredibly.
Yeah, on his average, basically, he had 31 and 15 with 8 assists.
Yeah, and just able to get where he wants, shown a little consistency, knocked down some jump shots, some timely jumpers as well.
And then an efficient guy was in foul trouble early, but Wesley Matthews with a dozen on only 6 shots.
Yeah, but you know what? 17 made threes, of which Wesley was able to knock down 4 of them. And again, he had some momentum builders.